are back. Welcome back, guys. I am so sorry that I haven't been around. My family literally had the plague with this flu. It was absolutely terrible. I know some of you that follow me on Instagram were also saying like, Alexis, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. So I really appreciate that. It has been totally crazy. This is just like a little bonus episode to go over what's been going on with Bloom, my life. Bloom's been a little crazy. So I wanted to put this little like PSA announcement for people because I have never had this problem for a client, nor have I ever had a problem myself until now. So we're going to get into some juicy drama on that. We're also going to talk about how next week I'm filming with the clinical director of XOD. XOD, I am currently now their sales director, which is super, super exciting. We have some amazing devices ahead on talking about that. There's so much to unpack there. And I really want to go over in depth all of that with Amy. So we're going to leave that to be with Amy. It's going to be an amazing episode. But for now, we're just going to talk about what's going on. So fun stuff that happened in Bloom. I think I mentioned this a while ago, was when I first had opened, the electrician hit the sprinkler head on my unit and got all my lasers soaking wet. So it was a total disaster. Long story short, the company came out, they fixed the lasers, and it was kind of like a seemingly easy process, right? But the insurance company gave us like absolutely nothing to fix the place. It was a disaster. We didn't get really any money at all. It wasn't even enough to replace the floors. It was a total disaster. So flash forward to about a month ago, right before everyone got sick, the laser broke, right? Full book with a broken laser. There is nothing worse than having an entire book of clients and not having the equipment to fulfill their services. I just don't even, it is the most annoying thing on the planet. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to reschedule everybody. It was like a really stressful time. And I called my friend Lee, who is now the current owner of XOD, and he's the founder. And within 25 minutes, he had a device at my door for me to use for all of the clients. So it really goes to show how great he is. We've had him on the show. We can link his episode. But we've also going to have him on again eventually to talk about the growth that's happened with XOD from then to now. So super grateful for him. I really wouldn't be probably even sitting here right now if it wasn't for him. So, but with that, so now I have this broken laser. What do I do? What are your next steps, right? So you call the company. I just so happen to be slightly out of warranty. Of course, right? That's like always the way this stuff goes. I call them. There's no real good solutions to any of these problems. What do you do when your laser goes down? You call them. You hope that there's a solution, but in this case, there was not. Except if I paid $25,000 to get a new warranty and have them come out, and it was like $3,500 to have them come out and look at it, but they didn't know if they could fix it. They didn't know if they were going to have the parts for it. It was just a ridiculous amount of money. Now, this kind of goes across the board for many laser companies, so it's not like I'm going to shout this company out and be rude because I don't think that's necessary. You know, that's just their policy. That's their job. It is what it is. So now I have this broken laser. I can't get it fixed because it's like ridiculously expensive to fix. And so I call the finance company, right? That's like who you would call, because now I have to make payments on something that doesn't work. Hopefully they can work with me, maybe extend my terms a little bit and kind of go from there. Well, they were not helpful. So then I figured, well, let's call the good old insurance company because like you pay your insurance. Come to find out that, you know, if your laser has had water damage and was not replaced under the policy I have, the device was never covered under your insurance, my insurance, which is so crazy to me because you pay for insurance on these things, but yet it wasn't covered. So now I'm in this pickle. I owe money to a finance company. I have clients I need to do. Thankfully, Lee saved me and I can do them. But I need to figure out like what to do. And they really pickle you into like, what's a better decision? Do you let them take them? Do you pay for them? What do you do? And I think this is a position that a lot of owners have been in and nobody talks about. No one talks about the hardships it comes to owning a business. No one wants to be real about these things. And I'm so over the gatekeeping, because if someone was to tell me, Alexis, get additional insurance on this, I thought I got all the insurance that I could. Like, there was no way I would have known that the devices was not going to be covered if it had previous water damage, even though the company had gone out and, serviced the equipment. So for any of you that own a med spa, that have gone through this, or a spa in general, any equipment, if your devices have ever gotten wet and they were not replaced, please check with your insurance company that they are actually covered, because I do not want you to make the same mistake I did. Thank God, knock on wood, no one was hurt by any of these devices, because God knows if the boards were wet and changed settings, like, we don't know. Luckily, we never had those problems, and we have great nurses and staff here that would be able to figure those things out. But however, like, how would you plan for that? The solution to the laser problem, for everyone that's probably like, Alexis, what was the solution? Funny enough, the solution was something that I never thought in my life I would do, which would, my attorney and my CP, everyone agreed, Alexis, if we don't have the money to fix it, the insurance company isn't covering it, you can't pay for it, give it back. So that's literally what I did. I voluntarily said, take these lasers, they're not working. This laser, it's not working. Which I never thought I would be in a position to have to do that. I don't think a lot of people that have businesses intend on that situation. And I also think it's quite ridiculous of how these finance companies screw you. They are not willing to work with you. They do not want to help you or your business. It's just to get the bottom line in their number, which I understand. But like, for people that are like, hey, I want to pay you, could you defer? Could you extend so you can lessen my payments? I think there definitely needs to be something in the industry to better purchase systems, so that way, if business isn't great, but we still are in business, that the payment might be either flexible or something could kind of base it off sales or something like that. If you haven't been in the game for 10 or more years of owning a brick and mortar, I think right now you are in trouble. You are having trouble. And I don't think owners really talk about the hardships like that. And when Lee went above and beyond to really be there for me and my business and help me out and my staff, it was really a huge step. The customer service, I bought lasers from him 3.5 years ago. He has no business coming to, there's no reason for him to want to help me, but he really went above and beyond, and I am forever grateful for that. So thank you to him. I'm really excited for a lot of these new episodes that are coming out. I just think that there's been so many things happening, and I really apologize for everyone who has been messaging me saying, Alexis, why haven't you put episodes out? What is going on? Who are you interviewing next? We have a lot of amazing people coming on. Some big time skincare CEOs will be coming on. We're just working out dates. What else is happening? The studio is growing. A lot of fun things are happening at the studio. So we are going to have a couple new sets. So maybe the show takes a different turn and you see us on a new set. Although this is my cozy, lovely, comfy place. So I don't know if I'm going to be moving, but we will have some new things that are happening in the studio that are super exciting. I do appreciate everyone reaching out, saying where we are, what is going on. But we will be back for our normal scheduled programming within the next week. I promise you. It's just life, 3 kids, businesses, it happens. And this is why when you become a client at our studio, we always say, bank episodes. So if your life gets crazy, you have episodes coming out. I should practice what I preach, but with having a baby and everything going on, I didn't really have any more in the bank to throw out when I couldn't be here. So we're on a new schedule. Things are back. Things are going. I really look forward to this new season of Lately with Lex. But next week we will be launching an episode. Thankfully, cross our fingers, we can get it done. with Amy from XOD, the clinical director, who's been in the business for 25 plus years and worked with some giant companies. So look on for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us at Lately with Lex. I cannot wait to see you guys. Tune in next week.